Hi everyone, I'm back with another new video on the topic Woods Dispatch. I will be dealing with this topic in this video, and it's for TGSET English Paper 2. And this topic is from Unit 6 English in India. And this topic is also a part of Usman University MA Semester 2 Paper 1 syllabus. So let's uh, delve into the topic Woods Dispatch 1854. And for TGSET students, candidates, I have given multiple choice questions at the end of the video. And please follow. And for semester 2 MA Usman University students, I have given notes in the description box, and also I have given my blog link in the description box. You can get complete notes of your university MA semester 2 English notes. So let's jump into the topic. Woods Dispatch 1854. This is the picture of image of Woods, Charles Wood. His full name is Charles Wood. So let's see what's a dispatch. Its common general meaning is it means official communication or report or letter. So a report and letter sent by an authority, that is called dispatch. So let's see what's Charles Wood's report or Charles Wood's official communication. So Wood's dispatch is also called the Magna Carta of English Education in India. It's popularly known as Magna Carta of English Education in India. And let's know about Charles Wood. He was the president of the Board of Control of East India Company from 1852 to 1855, and he issued the Education Dispatch on 19th July 1854. So this is a very important point. He gave a report, submitted a report to Governor General of India, Lord Dalhousie, on 19th July 1854 on our Indian education system, and he submitted some recommendations to the Lord Dalhousie, the government of British, and is the dispatch or is official document laid foundation for a modern education system in India. So this is called Wood Dispatch, famously known as Wood's Dispatch 1854, is submitted to Lord Dalhousie. So this is popularly known as the Magna Carta of English Education in India. And Wood's Dispatch, Wood's Charles Wood is uh, famously called father of modern Indian education system. So let's see historical background to Charles Wood Dispatch. So earlier acts. So we have already studied Charter Act 1813 and also Lord Macaulay's Minute 1835. So these two were earlier acts before Charles Wood. So in Macaulay's Minute 1835, he recommended English education in India, and he proposed a filtration, downward filtration theory that elite people of India should be educated, given English education, so that the elite people can downwardly spread the knowledge to other Indian masses. So that is his aim of the Lord Macaulay's theory. That's called downward filtration theory. So that educating a small elite class in English, so these elites would then filter down knowledge to the wider population. That is Macaulay's main aim. And also Macaulay wanted to use funds for European science literature through English medium of English as a medium of instruction, and he recommended to stop funding Sanskrit and Arabic Arabic and Persian learning in India. So these are the major recommendations of Lord Macaulay. So this is the historical background of before Charles Wood. The So before Charles Wood recommendations, there was a lack of organization in education. So completely it was unorganized, and there was a demand for trained Indians for administration. So here Macaulay also wanted to create clerks but not thinkers. So he wanted to create elite people, and he wanted to educate elite class in English so that they can be intermediary between British administration and other Indian masses. So there was a demand for trained Indians for administration, and also Christian missionaries they pressure for moral education. So missionaries' main thought was that so moral education will be only possible through the Christianity and Christian education. Then let's see key recommendations of Charles Wood. So what he recommended, let's see, provincial departments of education. So establishment of a department of education in every province is key recommendation of one of the key recommendations of Charles Wood, so that the department can supervise educational institutions and creation of universities. So very important point at Calcutta, Bombay, Madras. So to confer degrees and also oversee higher education. So he proposed a recommendation. So this is also a key recommendation: establishment or creation of establishing new universities in three places: Calcutta, Bombay, Madras. Next, vernacular schools for primary education. So regional languages like Hindi, Marathi, Telugu, Bengali. So these are vernacular regional languages. And Charles Wood recommended that government should promote vernacular education at the primary level. So it's very important, primary level to make education accessible to the masses. So this is very important recommendation of Charles Wood. Regional education in regional languages at the primary level. And so, and another important is English education at higher levels. So he proposed that at primary level, regional languages should be taught, and at higher level, English education will be given. So this is his main recommendations, and development of secondary schools with English as a medium of instruction. Teacher training institutions. So teacher training institutions were needed to improve the quality of teaching and grant in aid system. So Charles Wood uh, recommended grant in aid system to support private and missionary schools financially. So the government support already established private schools and missionary schools financially. That is called grant in aid system. So government give aid. So that is called government give aid to private and missionary schools. That is a grant in aid system. Female education encouraged. So Charles Wood emphasized on female education. So there was emphasis on female education, recognizing its importance for social progress. So Charles Wood recognized that social progress would be done with the female education, encouraging female education. Next, vocational and technical training, and encouragement of vocational and technical education to meet administrative and economic needs. So these are the key recommendations of Charles Wood in 1854. He submitted or issued the educational dispatch on 19th July 1854. So let's see what's the impact of Wood's dispatch. So the dispatch brought a systematic structure to Indian education. Earlier, it was unorganized, and now it is has become an organized system. So it brought a systematic structure to Indian education and the creation of education departments in provinces to oversee the education system schools in the province. So so there was they established Department of Education in every province and establishment of three universities, Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras. So they were founded in 1857. So this is very important point. So after Charles Wood recommendations, so three universities were established: uh, Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras. Spread of primary and secondary education. So we are dealing with the impact of Wood's dispatch. So what happened after Wood's issuance of Wood dispatch? So spread of primary and secondary education. So in this, Charles Wood recommended vernacular languages, regional languages at the primary level, and English medium education or English education secondary level, and compulsory English education higher level. So next, growth of private and missionary schools. So this was impact of Wood dispatch because Wood recommended granting aid system for private schools and missionary schools to help them financially. So with this granting aid system, there was a growth of private and missionary schools in India. So it encouraged private participation. So thus, we can say that the dispatch laid the foundation for modern bureaucratic and centralized education system in India. So these are the three universities: Calcutta, Madras, and Bombay. So these three universities were established in the year 1857 after Wood's. This is the effect of Wood's dispatch. So Charles Wood recommended to establish three universities: Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras. So in the 1850, his dispatch it is in the 1854, and in the year 1857, after 3 years, three universities were established. So this was a major step in Indian education, higher education. Next, let's see criticism on how Charles Wood dispatch. So even though it's a progressive tone, the dispatch faced criticism. So it aimed mainly to produce clerks and subordinates for British administration rather than independent thinkers. So in the same, Lord Macaulay also did same thing. He introduced English education to create to produce clerks, not thinkers. So here, this Charles would also face criticism that it aimed mainly to produce clerks. Next, neglected Indian knowledge systems. So even though Wood's dispatch recommended vernacular languages, vernacular education, the primary level, but the primary level Indian knowledge system schools received less funding compared to English education. So schools which were promoting English education received attention, but not the schools which were promoting Indian knowledge systems were neglected. Limited access for rural and poor communities. So we can say that education remained urban centered, neglecting rural India. Let's see our conclusion. So, Wood's dispatch of 1854 was a turning point in Indian education. It was a landmark document in Indian education. It introduced organized, we already told that before Wood's dispatch it was unorganized, but now after Wood's dispatch it was an organized system and established modern universities and also professional teacher training. They established three universities, modern universities also. They uh, provided professional teacher training to the teachers, and it laid foundation for modern education structure. So let's see MCQ questions for TG set aspirants. For question one, who issued the famous Woods dispatch? So Lord Macaulay, Lord Bentinck, Charles Wood. Sir Charles Wood is the correct answer. Next. So Charles Wood was the president of the board of control of East India Company, and he issued the dispatch with some educational reforms. It was his Wood's dispatch was also is also called Magna Carta of English education in India. Let's see second question. Wood's dispatch is often referred to as Magna Carta of English education in India. So this is a correct answer. Which universities were established as a result of Wood's dispatch? Calcutta, Madras, and Bombay. So already you have seen the pictures. Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, Bombay. Three universities were established in the year 1857. Calcutta, Bombay, Madras in 1857. So this is these universities were established as a result of Wood's dispatch. So as a result of, and Woods recommended to establish these three universities. The grant in aid system recommended by Wood's dispatch was mean to. So it was mean to grant in aid, so giving financial aid to the private schools and missionary schools is the main aim of a grant in aid system recommended by Wood's dispatch. So to encourage private participation in education system in India. So this is the correct answer. Assist missionary and private schools financially. So this is the correct answer. Fifth, which of the following was not a recommendation of Wood's dispatch? So let's see A. Establishment of universities. No, this is not correct. He recommended three establishment of three universities. So it's not correct. B. Promotion of female education. He promoted female education. He encouraged female education here. So female education was encouraged. So this is also not correct answer. Here we have to answer not a recommendation, which is not. Okay. So these two are not. These two were recommended by Charles Wood. Let's see a suppression of vernacular education. So this is a correct answer because Charles Wood recommended vernacular education and regional language education at primary level. Okay. So this is the correct answer. Creation of education departments. Charles Wood recommended education department in each branch. So this is not correct. So we have to answer which was not a recommendation. So separation of vernacular education was not a recommendation of Wood's dispatch. Thank you for watching this video.